All right, guys, this is DJ Wolf, and this is DJ Wolf Live. I thought about something, a couple things. There was a YouTuber who talked about Will and Jada extensively. And I got to thinking about what the guy said, and he was totally right. See, Jada married Will, and we know that there was a couple of reasons why she married Will. But the thing of it is, by her being only estimate her net worth is $50 million, and Will's is, of course, 5 times that. Because I think Will's like $350, and she was estimating, which I'm surprised. I think that's lowball. I think he's probably worth a lot more than that. You know, particularly with the franchises that he actually was involved with, Men in Black, for one. Anyway, so he basically just said, and I have to agree with it. And I thought about it. Jada knew she had a gold mine of a man when she married Will Smith, right? You know, the guy, and don't get and listen to what I'm saying right here. And I know some people like, I ain't judging no guy. Look, this ain't about me judging guys or not judging guys. I'm very secure in my manhood. I don't have a problem saying if a guy's good looking or not. If he's good looking, he's good looking. I mean, I say the same about women. But the thing of it, when I say about women, I have a passion about it. Guys, okay, it's just more of a compliment. You know, and some people just so small-minded that they think, oh, yeah, you into guys because you say you good look good. So what? You know? I think my son's a good-looking young man. You know? I think I'm a good-looking man. You know? But they always say beauty in the eyes of a beholder. So, nevertheless, Jada Pinkett Smith had the winning combination with Will Smith. She knew that, right? She wasn't going to marry him anyway. She did not. She said she never wanted to be married. She actually said that on Red Table Talk, out of her own voice. She didn't want to be married. She had always been a freak. She admitted to that. She'd been a super freak since she was 9 years old because her grandma taught all that mess. That's another whole story. But the thing of it was, and this is what I'm getting at, is that Jada had hit the jackpot with Will Smith. Very handsome man. Good looks. A-lister, movie star. Been in a number of big budget blockbusters. The most bankable star in Hollywood one time. All right? With all of that said, oh yeah, and a hit maker in the rap world. So conquer rap music, hip hop. He conquered television, and he conquered films. What more could you get out of a high dollar value man, especially a famed high dollar value man, than that? Well, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. It didn't matter what he did for her. It didn't matter how nice he was for her, and as much as he would lay out the red carpet for her each and every chance he had. He still wasn't enough for her. And a black man, fellow brother at that. I mean, really? This is the kind of guy that women dream for. Seriously. He is literally the kind of man that most black women talk about having. But you know what? Black women talk a good game, and this is my take on it. Black women talk a good game about wanting a good man, but really, when it comes down to it, they could care less. They only really want a good man to get good opportunities to do some fuck shit anyway. They all like that. Many of them are like that. Seriously. I want a good man. I'm tired of all these men treating me like this. All that bullshit. Meanwhile, you will do the same thing with the good man you did with any other guy. Until you get to the next guy and make you feel good about yourself or whatever. And the thing of it is, no matter what Will did, Will talked about a birthday party that he had for her 40th birthday party that he was planning, to help make her feel good about herself. And she dogged him about that. Of course, when he told the story, she laughed in his face about it. But, among other things. I mean, Jada is about herself. She's about her own stuff. And notice she was, I mean, seriously, and I've heard her talk about Tupac in length. All right? I have yet to actually ever hear her talk about Will Smith the same passion she talked about Tupac. I have never heard it. I've never heard it. These guys been married for 25 years. I've yet to hear Jada say anything about how passionate she is to be that she's married to Will. Nothing of any real complimentary source or statement. I've yet to hear it. And that's a damn shame. Because this is me personally. If I was Will, I think I would deserve much better than Jada Pinkett Smith. Especially the fact that she talks more passionately about a hip hopper who turned actor who had died or was killed over her husband, who she's been married to for 25 years, who left his first wife to be with her. Oh yeah, I forgot. Who had an affair on his first wife to be with her. Because Jada was the original side piece of that relationship anyway. Yeah. But that's another whole story. The thing of it is, she's at least been appreciative of Will. I don't feel that she really or ever was into Will as much as he is into her. To a point where he actually allowed her to cheat on him. He tolerated it. I don't understand it. Maybe at some point when he gets to this rehab, he'll realize, I don't need that bitch no more. I'm going to move on. You know? I think a lot of us should realize that. If your old lady is going to do some shady shit like that, like she did with him, and don't come off as very supportive, especially from a guy like Will, who do what he's done for her for the last 25 years, roll out the red carpet for her, and been a rider for her all this time. And I'm going to tell you right now, I truly, truly, truly believe that Will has always loved Jada. With a passion. I don't think she's ever really loved him the same way. I really don't believe it. I really don't ever believe that she did. That's the sad part, man. This guy went to bat for her, man. You know? This is a guy who actually saw pain in his mother's eyes when she was abused by his father. You know how I know that I believe that? Because I went through the same shit with my family. Okay? I'm not going to go into great detail about it, but I can tell you right up front, it's hard to watch. It was hard to watch. You know? But Jada don't have no compassion for that, because her father was never around. You know? She don't. She'll never understand that. She'll never understand Will's pain, and I don't think she really gives a fuck about it. I don't. Personally, that hurts me. It does. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I even feel some compassion for Jada. She told a story about how her grandmother taught her how to be aroused on herself at the age of 9. That's nothing but sexual abuse. That's sad. You know? It was just some weird dichotomy that her grandmother was talking about that was the reason why she did what she did. And probably got used to doing it to a point where, hey, okay, I want to do it even more. She was exposed way too young of an age anyway. I said, that's crazy. You know? But that's also sad too. You know? But the saddest part about it is that Jada, and then she said something about that on Red Table Talk too. I think she said something about she didn't really learn how to love. So you telling me after 25 years you've been with Will Smith all these years and you've never really learned how to love? That's truly sad. Is it that you never really learned how to love, or you looking for love in all the wrong places, like a lot of women do, thinking that's love? She kind of did say that too. She alluded to that in part of that Red Table Talk. But that's really sad, though. It's like, wow. You had a man who gave you the world. Gave you the motherfucking world. On a silver platter. On the silver damn platter. And even that wasn't enough. That's sad, man. Just so you can allow him to ruin the greatest night of his life. Probably one of the greatest nights that would have been in black history, period. You know. And I know some people say, well, he didn't ruin for black people. Now, I'm going to say this. Although I don't think he ruined it for black people in himself, he didn't help by doing what he did. I'm going to say that. He didn't help it either. You know? Let's call it a buck. Let's call it a buck, y'all. For real. Him doing what he did is a sore eye. Let's call it a buck on that. It's a sore eye. And it's irrelevant whether he did what he did that reflects us or not. That's irrelevant. It's the fact that it was a sore eye, regardless of whether he did it for whether he did reflect on us or not. One other thing that I want to question is that even though the slap was real, and even though Will was highly emotional that night, you can see it, it was obvious, even after he got the award. Something is bringing me to believe that this very well may have been, for lack of a better word, set up. I was going to say stage. I don't really think it was staged. Stage is something that you pretend that you were trying to do to sabotage it. But I think it was set up where someone had told him you had to sabotage it. That I do believe. I could be wrong. I'm hoping I am wrong. But that's the way I see it. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I worked hard. I'm just putting myself in Will's shoes in terms of what I did as an actor, not Jada. Besides the Jada thing, besides the crazy kids thing, is the fact of what I did. Let the work speak for me. And I worked and I worked and I worked and I worked all these years to become the icon that I am today. And I'm about to get an award for what I did as an icon. Something that few black folks have ever gotten props for. Ever. In motion pictures. And I'm thinking, what would I want to do at that point to jeopardize it? Or what would I not want to do at that point to jeopardize it? You know, I'm just saying. I was just having to thinking about it. I was just having to be thinking about that. What would I not want to do to jeopardize it? Would I rather just go ahead and enjoy my night and then deal with any other issues in the morning? You know, and put all that mess in the back burner? Yes, I would. I don't want to lose a chance to get any real respect in this industry by messing up. I don't want to lose the chance of the movie I did based on a true story about a black man who should have gotten his props a long time ago for raising two of the greatest tennis players of all time. Why would I want to mess that up? Just saying. And honor him for what he did. By going up there to slap somebody because of something, a comment that he made about your wife that wasn't even a bad comment at all? Really? That's why I say it was a setup. Stage, no. Stage is something that you would actually pretend you were trying to do. This goes beyond staging. Yes, I'm saying it. It did. I don't know if it by being staged. I kind of find it hard to believe. Do I believe it was a setup? Do I believe somebody said, hey, you need to do this? blah, blah, blah. You need to go ahead and do it because you have to. You know. That I believe. And this is coming from the first Oscars that was ever a black produced Oscar show. Ever. That would make it so bad. The first one. The first one where two of the hosts were black. Oh yeah, one of them was gay. Other one was just female. Other one was white. Female. It was hosted by 3 women. Like I said, first telecast presented by a black production staff ever in the history of the Oscars. And directed by the first black director to ever direct the Oscars. About to get an Academy Award started with, I think not one but 2 black persons, or maybe a few of them, that have had won Oscars that night. Matter of fact, Samuel Jackson had got an honorary Oscar, and it went directly under the radar because of Will Smith. So that the award by the guy from the I forgot the name of the band. the guy that had a Questlove of the Roots for Summer Soul, and he got his award right after the slap. Sure did. See, that's what I'm saying. And people say, "Oh, it didn't affect black folks." In a way, it did. It did make us look bad in a way. All of that stuff that was involved with this production, it looked bad because of a man who lost his control, and a wife who didn't help keep it in check. I'm just saying. There's a lot that just rubbed me wrong about the whole situation. I swear it did. A lot rubbed me wrong about it. And it still does. I'm out.